Cool. We are back with another episode of the Lead Up Leadership Podcast. I have a special guest. I've been trying to do this for a while.
Yeah.
Mission.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? I appreciate you making the time to do this.
No problem, man.
Got to kick off 2020 the right way.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So let's jump in. I want to talk about a lot of different things, but first, who is Mission? Tell me a little bit about your background. You know, I know you're not from Sacramento.
No, not originally.
So tell me a little bit about that, and then we'll jump into who is Mission.
So I'm originally from Greenville, Mississippi. I came out here when I was about 9 years old, and I've been back and forth ever since. So literally, I went to elementary in Mississippi, elementary in Sacramento, middle school in Mississippi, middle school in Sacramento, and the same with high school. And we moved around a lot. My mom was trying to find her way. So we live with a lot of people. Yeah. So I'm kind of used to living with people all the time. But we came out here originally. My mom wanted to make a better life for us because just where we're from is just a real poverty-stricken, bad area. Yeah. And she saw California as a way out, which it really was. So I'm originally from there, man, and I'm a husband, father of four, and just it's a little bit about my background.
Gotcha. So where did music come into play? When did it start? When did it officially become a real thing?
I've always loved it. Like I always found myself listening to music, like closely listen to it, even at a young age, like listening to certain elements that people may not even be thinking about. And I was like, man, I'm super interested in music, and I would like redo people's songs, just kind of like isn't in the house for fun.
Who were some guys that you were growing up?
It was a lot. It was in the 90s, so the R&B. I was doing like Case. And we listened to a lot of blues, so I was listening to Marvin Cease. Yeah. It was just random music. Obviously, I was listening. I remember having the Biggie Smalls. I think it was Ready to Die. I remember having that tape. I remember listening to it with my brother. Yeah. So I was, Bone Thugs and Harmony. I was listening to them at a young age. I wasn't understanding what they were saying, but it just sounded dope. So yeah, and I was like, I would redo their songs, and like I'm keeping the timing like perfectly. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, that's dope. I can actually, rap, because you ever heard somebody re-rap a song and they really can't. Right. So
around what age is that?
That's around 10, 11. 10,
really?
Yeah, 10, 11. I think even before that, to be honest. I remember one time we was at a barbecue. This is in Mississippi. We was at a barbecue, and like everybody had crowded around, and like I was doing like somebody's song. It wasn't even planned or nothing. Like I was just singing a song, and then I just ended up performing it like for my family, and then everybody was just like. Yeah. Like, it was real. It was crazy, but like it wasn't planned. It just
happened.
It just happened. Yeah. And then the first song I ever recorded, I was think like 14, 14 or 15, and I was in Mississippi. And that's when I was calling myself banging.
That was the original artist name?
No. I was banging my hood, like so Boogie Town.
Oh, gotcha. I
didn't have a name at the time. Okay. So we did a song. And I was just talking about some crazy stuff. Yeah. Like stuff I wasn't even doing. Yeah. But I talked to my I was showing the song to my aunties and everything. I was like, look. And my auntie Tisha, shout out to her. She's super like straight up, and she like, nah, you don't need to do that. But when she said it was good, she's like, you actually good. So when she said that, that's when I knew. I said, I could probably do this. Wow. Yeah, so, and it wasn't Christian. It had nothing to do with any of that. But I knew she was a super honest person. Yeah. So once she said that, I was like, I could probably. That's when I started actually pursuing rapping.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
So that was like, you said 14, 15?
14 to 15, yeah.
Gotcha. And so moving forward, like, were you just doing like songs? Were you just writing things, or just doing it for fun?
I think at that point, I was just writing. Yeah. Like, I wasn't taking it serious. Yeah. But I was just like, oh, yeah, I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And I'll write here and there. The first time we recorded, I don't know if you remember those little computer mics. Oh, and they were the little black ones, and you had to. Yeah. That's the first thing I recorded on. And so we had to go to his studio, but it was just hard to get there. Yeah. I'm in Mississippi. Yeah. So I didn't really start recording until I was on a consistent basis until I got back to Sac around like 16. Yeah.
Wow. When did you drop your like official like first project?
2000.
You've been cracking me up. You've been showing these throwback videos.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, what?
Yeah, I know it for a minute. I think that was 09.
Oh, wow. So 10 years.
09, 10.
Well, I guess 11
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But,
wow, that's crazy. Yep, around that time.
Wow.
I think that might be too soon. I forgot the exact date, but I know it was like some 8-9 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And it was a dress rehearsal.
Yeah.
And I was
that was dress rehearsal.
Yep, dress rehearsal.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That was my first official release. I'm like, oh, I'm full blown artist now.
Yeah.
I had some stuff before that. I was in several groups. I was in this group called actually with Nehemiah. Okay. It was called Under God Music.
Shout out to Nehemiah.
Shout out Ne. Yeah. It was Under God Music. And then on the secular side, I was in this group called Hood Hitters. It was it was Hood Hitters in that was in high school when I went to Encina. So I was in that group. And also
you went to Encina? Oh wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
And then I was in a group with Clay and my sister-in-law. It was called Sky's the Limit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
lots of groups.
Yeah, lots of groups. And then so we was dropping. We never really dropped anything, but yeah, man, I've been doing a lot.
Yeah. Do you recall your first show, when you did or your first performance?
My first one.
Yeah.
Dang, Nato, I don't know. When was my first one? I don't remember the first one.
No?
I remember some really bad ones.
Yeah. Well, so tell me about a bad one, I guess. Because I'm going somewhere with this.
Yeah,
you know
so a really, really bad one was I actually wasn't supposed to be performing. I was just kind of in the audience, and this is shout out to Pastor Terrence, but this is when I was super, we'll still look up to him, but was really under him at the time, and he just went up. It was at Calvary. We was doing this. It was like this men's group thing, and he was doing a song.
Yeah.
And then Pastor Godot knew that, I was one of the youth that rap.
Yeah.
So Pastor Godot pointed me out in the crowd and was like, hey, come up here. I want you to rap. And I was just like, and I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
And then Pastor T and Minister Damien was there too.
Yeah. Minister Damien.
Yeah. Pastor Damien.
Yeah, right.
So his name.
Good. I know.
Pastor Damien was there. And they were laughing because they knew it was going to be bad. So anyway, I started rapping and I started just mumbling, and then I was like, "Pastor T, come back, some, I don't know how to rap." Those were my words. I said, some, I don't know how to rap.
Oh, you literally said some,
I don't know how to rap. And then I gave him the mic back, and he took it from there. That was, and then from there I was like, that'll never happen again. I'm always have a verse that I can spit in my head. But that was terrible. That actually made me not want to rap no more because I felt terrible.
Yeah. And it's actually good that you mentioned Pastor Terrence and Pastor Damien because I think I had mentioned to you, I don't know exactly what time. I think it was around dress rehearsal. Lewis had invited me to the release party.
Wow.
I think.
A dress rehearsal?
I think so. It was where it used to be in Del Paso Heights, the Artisan or something.
Oh, that was No Medium.
There you go. No medium.
No medium. It
right.
was,
So he invited me, right? I was like, I'll support you
Yeah.
supporting Mission because I didn't really know you at all.
Right.
But I remember at that time that Terrence, especially him, he was talking about your development and how kind of little hard-headed you were.
Yeah.
So I want to hear from you, what was it from their kind of guidance and how your music has changed? Because I think that was again, I didn't know you at the time, but just from the outside looking in, I'm like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah.
But now what I see, all the success that you've had, the music, you've really grown as an artist. So I kind of want to start there of just who were some people, whether it was Terrence or Damien or the people that kind of helped you kind of change to be a better artist?
Yeah, it was definitely those two. Pastor Terrence, I sat under him for a couple years and just his artistry, his ethic, his work ethic, his studio etiquette, all of that. I've learned, and he poured into me. And Dame helped me on, because if y'all didn't know, Dame used to rap too. Was trying to rap.
Exclusive.
Dame, don't kill me. But he was
What?
Yes. And Lou used to make beats.
Yes, I knew that.
Lou used to make beats.
I remember seeing that.
So Pastor Terrence, I definitely give a lot of credit to him to pouring in me as an artist, as far as my professionalism and things like that. But I know Pastor Damien was more on the spiritual side.
Yeah.
Like, cause I don't want to say it was inevitable for me to be a better artist if I kept doing it. Cause if you practice something, you're gonna get better. But it was more on the side where I looked at Damien's character, how he did things, how he treated people.
Yeah.
That made me be a better artist, because coming in this on the business side, I've seen a lot of cats who's dope, musically talented, but then the other side, the
off
character
stage.
side, the off stages. So I think that made me be a better artist. That helped me get more opportunities.
That's dope.
And it be around certain people. But those two definitely poured into my life.
Yeah.
And just being around, Calvary, it was just a lot of great men at the time. Me not having a father, but there was always great men around, like OC and a lot of people. I'm probably forgetting some people's name, but. It was that helped me a lot.
Yeah.
And actually, who else put out Dress Rehearsal was believe his name is Michael from Calvary. He used to help with the sound.
Oh, maybe yeah.
Yeah, he kind of like Ice Cube with the
ponytail.
Yeah. So that was the first person to ever sign me, and the first person to really believe in my talent and just be like, hey, let's make this happen.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of that. It was took a village.
Yeah. As you kind of grew more into your music and kind of going further into the kind of the business side, what have you learned about the music industry these last couple of years? I know you've been traveling a lot. I know you've been collabing with a lot of dope artists, and not a lot of times people don't know what really goes into all this, right? It's a business, right? Of course, you can have the talent, you can make a couple songs here and there, but there's like a whole different side. As I've gotten to see a little bit more. So talk to me a little bit more of what you've learned so far. Going deeper into the music industry, different people, and what have you learned about yourself?
So one thing that I learned and that I'm taking into 2020 is you can't take everything personal. Like from the business side, it's like, well, let me back up. So everybody's not going to be your friend. You know what I'm saying? That you collab with or that you come in contact with.
Right.
And I learned that early. So it would be like, oh, I'm gonna meet this person, and we're gonna become best of friends.
So you had expectations going
in. Of like, oh man, all I have to do is meet this person, and we're gonna become best of friends, and we're gonna just work together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's just not true, because everybody you come across, like we Christians, we love everybody, but we're not gonna like everybody, and our personalities may not match. You may like basketball, and I may like football, and you don't like football. Now, you know what I'm saying? That, just to give an example. So I learned that you can't take that personal. Like, you may meet someone that you look up to, that you think is a dope artist, and you guys may not hit it off or connect, and that's okay.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all paths just cross, but that don't mean you guys are supposed to work together.
Yeah, and
just going into that, knowing that it's like, hey, I don't have to like everybody I come across. Everybody don't have to like me. As long as we can respect and have a mutual respect for each other, that's enough. And just learning how to grind on my own when those people that I meet that I thought would be a help to the career and not getting mad at them and taking that personal. It's just like, nah, I gotta, I'm a grown man, I gotta eat just like they do. And something I learned about myself that it's kind of putting me out there, but I was a little sensitive and taking things personal. But I'm glad that I fought through that, and I was like, you know what, that's not, I shouldn't be tripping over that. And you learning how to not go into relationships so fast because something sounds good. And I'm like I'm a person where it's like, we dope. Let's But then sometimes you really gotta see what God is saying in some of these situations, and some things you hit off right away. Some things don't. You know?
Is there something that about the music industry itself that you weren't like kind of like in tune about? You're like, oh wow, that kind of caught me off guard. Was there anything like that?
I thought everybody that said in the Christian industry, I thought everybody meant what they said and everybody was living what they said, and that's just not the truth. So, and that's not to put anybody out, but some cats really don't live what they say, and if you get around them, you see how different they are on stage and how different they are when
Yeah.
When they're kind of letting their hair down, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
So that caught me off guard.
Yeah.
A little bit, and I was like, oh, these cats really. This is a business to them. This isn't a ministry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It isn't what it's portrayed to be.
Wow.
So that caught me off guard, honestly.
Yeah.
But then that was me. You know, that was like early.
Yeah.
And I had to mature. I was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? I get what they're doing. It's not right, but I get what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What are some of the things that you feel are some of your strengths as an artist?
I think writing is a strength. I think connecting with people is a strength. Also being able to perform and, you know, control a room and control a crowd.
Yeah.
And also,
does that take some time to, like, I mean, again, I'm still kind of like learning and just observing, like, what does it take to put on a show? Because, you know, it's like, it seems like, you know, the more shows I've seen, like, you've gone better and better.
Yeah.
And whether it's like a stage or just like you're outside on a patio and there's just, you know, people are just standing up. Like, how do you navigate that?
It comes with time, but, you know, like I was saying earlier, how I got embarrassed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't prepared. And it's just really preparation.
Yeah.
Knowing what you're going to do, knowing what you're going to say.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning, still growing. Even for the tour that we have coming up, I'm like, okay, how can we make this better?
Right.
How can I, you know, do better? Like, I probably need to start, you know, losing a little weight, getting on a treadmill, so I can really push through my songs and give people a good show.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of preparation.
Yeah.
Especially putting on a show.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of preparation versus just rapping over your lyrics, but actually giving people an experience when they come see you.
Speaking of preparation, I know you just came out, not super recent, but your most recent album, project, just dropped. Thank You, Lord, We Made It Safe.
Yep.
Talk to me about this project. What was your approach for this project compared to your previous projects?
Yeah, I knew on this project I wanted to give people more music, a musical vibe versus, you know, just because I can do trap and I can do the easy stuff, but I wanted it to be timeless. I wanted people to be able to go back and listen to it years from now.
Yeah.
And it's like the story stays the same. You know, we read a story, you read a book. You know, the book doesn't get old. You may have read it, but you may go back and, you know, and things like that. So that's the approach that I wanted to come with. It's like, I want people to be able to listen to this over the years.
Right.
And so that's why I put my story in it. It was dedicated to my grandma and things like that, because the story don't get old. You know what I'm saying? And with the instruments and sounds, things change. But, you know, if you listen to a lot of old school music, it's timeless because of the instruments they were using. And while I was approaching this album, I stopped listening to rap for a while. I was listening to nothing but old. Yeah, I was listening to nothing but oldies, hits, stuff my mom used to make me listen to, and things like that. And then how the album came out was musical. There was like even like this like. It was totally left. Yeah. This super like it's not a day late.
Yeah.
It was like super.
That's
like,
my favorite one.
Dope. So it was super like I was like, man, how did this even come?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it kind of it was just in me. It just birthed in me. It was like that wasn't planned at all.
Yeah.
So I just approached it with that that mindset of like I'm gonna do something that can last. Or I feel like can last.
That's dope. Who are some? I know you mentioned Big Crit a lot.
Yeah.
Who are some of your biggest?
I'm just on him right now.
Yeah. Who are some of your? I think we had mentioned before. Some other people you listen to. You said Bone Thugs and Heart, but who are some like people that you look up to, whether it's artists or other people just in general that influence your music or just your way of life?
For sure. Man, Lecrae is one of them. The Truth is one of them. Those are like Lecrae and The Truth was like the first people that I got introduced into. Yeah. Like CHH, where I was like, wow, this is on another level. Right. I just remember listening to them and like the blueprint that they set for us is like dope. So I always respect that. But I know Pastor Damien is somebody that I like look up to. Like a lot of my quotes that I'll say, and it's like kind of something that he would say or something that I pulled from him. Like I said a line, talent take you, but your character keep you. Like I got that from Dame. Like he didn't make that up, but he would just, you know. For so sure. I like he'll say something to me and then it'll resonate, and then them, man, Pastor Terrence, just being around other people, Brandon, Kenny, just them being musically, you know, inclined is just it's an influence, and it makes good music. It makes for good music
for sure. what is this AOYNOM that we keep hearing about? What is that? Because I know you got a tour coming up.
Yes,
so
sir.
talk about what is AOYNOM and kind of like the mission or vision behind that.
Yeah. So AOYNOM is a label that I came up with. It started out as just a saying. So I say, before I start a track, I say, all you know to me. That's me wanting God to, take over for this verse. And then I say mission, and that's at the end, and that just means it's finished. It's like mission.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I said at the beginning and the end. But,
gotcha. Okay.
But I just started saying it, and then once I left RPSMG, I knew that I wanted to start my own and have something that I could call my own and something that I could leave, for generations.
Yeah.
So I made it a label, and I was trying to think of a name for it. And I was like, well, I'm going to call it All You Know to Me. But I was like, that's long.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, maybe we can make it an acronym, and then it could be a dope name.
Yeah.
And then the acronym does not sound like, it's like AOYNOM.
Yeah.
So it was just like AOYNOM. And now it worked, man.
Yeah.
It's working, and it's a label.
Yeah.
And the vision is like to create music that saves, sustains, and that helps save, sustain, that helps, saves, and sustains people.
That's dope.
That's the vision behind it, and to create content
For sure.
And we got artist Mark Stevens.
Shout out to Mark,
one of your good friends. And yeah, man, it's AOYNOM MGs, and the MGs for music group.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And how has it been having your own thing? Because I know a lot of times there's people, even myself sometimes, where I think about, man, I just need to have my own thing, but there's a lot of work that goes in. When it's yours, it's like, it's all on you.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
how's it been for you in terms of just this process and kind of like where you're trying to take it?
It's tough, man, to be totally, just to be straight up. It's really hard, but it's worth it. But you do need people. Like, I can't do it by myself.
Yeah.
Like, Mark is a tremendous help.
Yeah.
My wife, Mike, so there are so many people behind the scenes that helps us with so many things. Lydia.
Yeah.
But it's tough because, and if you don't have it, like, if you don't go in with the mindset of like, okay, this is going to take time.
Yeah.
I have to take it one day at a time, one page at a time, then you'll just blow up because there's so many things that you have to do.
Yep.
And you have to really like plan it out. And we do a lot of planning and a lot of, phone conversations of like, okay, we got to have this happen by this time. But it's really hard, but like I said, it's worth it in the end because you get the luxury of seeing something being built from the ground. Right. And then seeing what it could be and what it will be. And I know God is in it. I know God's hand is on it. So I'm like, let's go. And once you got people around you that's committed, you know what I'm saying, it helps. It helps.
That's dope. Knowing what you know now, right, everything that you have on your plate, what would you tell your younger self, that 14, 15-year-old that was just called out to just start rapping on the spot? What would you tell him, young Mission? What advice would you give him?
I would tell him slow down and enjoy, the moment and prepare yourself. Because a lot of things that like I was just doing, and I was just making like rash decisions. I would, if I knew what I knew now, just like slow down, take your time, and get certain things in order before you just come out and and prepare yourself, because you never know what what's ahead. And the younger me, I just wanted to be a part of everything because I wanted to, I want to say acceptance because I wasn't like really looking for acceptance like that, but I was definitely wanting to be a part so I could be the man, or I could be the number one, taking the number one spot type of thing like that. But I would tell myself to slow down and I don't need that validation from like I felt like I needed to be signed in order to be a big artist. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure. Speaking of what's ahead, man, I know we mentioned the tour. What else is looking ahead for AOYNOM, for you as an artist, whether it's this year, the next couple of years? What's kind of the end goal for you?
Yeah, man, I definitely, I'm not going to be rapping forever, but I think I'm going to be rapping for a while. But I definitely want to get us in a position where we can really help some up-and-coming artists, or even artists that already has a name for themselves, to help grow the brand of AOYNOM. Yeah. And that's kind of what my focus is, dropping music and building AOYNOM to something that can be, remembered, something that can shift the culture. Yeah. Because there's labels, and I want to be, known as ones like AOYNOM help the culture out. You know what I'm saying? We had dope artists come out of the camp, and continue to drop content and music, man, and that really can change people, help people.
That's dope, man. Where can people, find you or connect with you or support what you got with AOYNOM? Man,
right now, just hit up, you can go to AOYNOM.com. Also, you can hit me up on social media. Mission is music, everything except Twitter. It's The Mission, THA Mission. And then AOYNOMMG, at AOYNOMMG on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook.
For sure, man. Well, I appreciate the time, man. You are killing it right now. I'm looking forward to future projects. This tour, first tour date
is January 19th in San Francisco. Yes. Go to AOYNOM.com. It feels so dope to say that because I didn't have a website for so long. Go to AOYNOM.com, and you're going to get your tickets. You can get, all the information you need there. January 19th, San Francisco is going up. We got some surprises.
For sure. Make sure to support, guys. Yes. This guy's doing great things. He's a leader here in Sacramento, doing big things. Expect more from this guy. Mission. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, man.